Hello my friends, I'm Lucas and you're watching coldemonspl. If you like my work, please remember to click thumb up, subscribe to my channel and write some comments. For everyone who hasn't seen the previous episode, a little information about my book. You can see it now and Stryker is the first paragraph. I decided to prepare two large episodes reporting on the creation of this replica. The construction process itself is presented in the first episode, so today it's painting and weathering. I start as always by washing all surfaces of the model with Model Degreaser from Modeler's World. In this case, in addition to bare plastic, I have anti-slip surfaces from a special VMS set, metal parts and resin parts. Everything can be washed with this product without any problems. After a minute you can paint the model. The basic color here is NATO green, which I apply on grey base. Note that I didn't forget to wear gloves. This is quite an achievement because I usually forget about it and touch the model with my sweaty fingers. There is nothing special to show here, so I will go straight to the interesting element. Special stickers for periscopes from AVF Club. They are prepared specially for a specific vehicle. Their surface is prepared to simulate anti-reflection coating lens. In my opinion, this is a great solution, and if I were to make Stryker again, I would without a doubt use this set. Just stick them on the model like regular stickers. Highly recommended. The exhaust cover will be copied from this photo. More specifically, the photo will be an inspiration to paint the element on my model. But that's in a moment. Now just dark grey paint for the base color. I usually glue additional equipment elements later in the model construction phase, but in this case, due to the several layers I put on this model, and I'm not talking about layers of paint but extra additives, I have to start now. Boxes are quite a typical sight on American vehicles, so they couldn't be missing on my model. I glue them with CA glue. In the result, after completing the entire set of boxes, backpacks, canisters and tarps, the model looks very interesting. The monotonous greenery was broken with colorful accents. I won't conceal the fact that some extensive fragments from the videos I recorded during construction were used to create separate instructional videos and won't be included in this video. They are not on the channel either. I posted them on my Patreon only, so you can be angry with me, but hope you understand my point. If not, I'm sorry. The model is almost painted, but the screws on the entire armor have been lightened. A bit of bright paint does the job. Glossy varnish for transfer is necessary, especially since there will be quite a lot of stickers. Anyone who made this Stryker knows that the producer made an effort, although the decal set doesn't include all the inscriptions that are on the vehicle. By the way, the Transformers sticker is not included in the set. I found this in my collection. Now the actual weathering begins. The first step is wash. You need to be careful about the spread of the liquid on the anti-slip surface. It's the best to clean it almost a dozen or so seconds after application. I'm not a fan of painting large amounts of scratches, but in the case of this vehicle I had my own photos that clearly show elements such as this hole. There was nothing to think about because there was a lot of damage to the paint. Light shade plus light and dark rust oil paint are perfect for this. And now, having couple seconds, I would like to mention my wonderful patrons who support my activity. Massive thanks, guys! The people who helped me the most are Bulldog09, Christopher Obarski, Dan Dibua, Dan Mikeshak, Hans Zap, Karstonik Keddy and Steve Ankin. But the people listed just now are also my great patrons. They all believed in my passion, saw something valuable in it and decided to support me. It's really great when you know that there are a few crazy guys in the world who think like you, want to watch what you build and appreciate the effects of your work. This is really super motivating and gives me the strength to continue working. Please don't forget that you can be one of them. That's why in each episode I encourage you to support me in my passion. And I realize it's not easy these days, but if you have a few bucks you could drop in my cup, that would be great. Thanks! Okay, back to the work. Do you remember how a few moments ago I showed a photo of the exhaust cover? Now I'm doing its painting. I'm using oil paints because they are best for the effect I want to achieve. I'm still working with oil paints, but now the color I use is light matte from 502 Abteilung. I will be applying it on the upper surfaces. I'm starting with the spare wheel, but I will also paint the boxes and some armor surfaces. The machine gun required a bit of metallic shine, so the pigment I rubbed in with a brush worked best. I also rubbed the edges with a soft pencil. The yellow card is of course a shield against powder deposition on the other parts of the model. And yes, if you want to ask about this white stripe, I copied it from the photo. I don't know what it means, maybe there is someone here who will answer this question. Another trick I use is to scratch the paint horizontally with a hobby knife. You have to admit that it looks awesome, but you have to be very careful. It's very easy to damage the paint, not as we would like. But you will see that I also pull the blade quite hard here and there. It's time to paint the first layer of dust. I painted the entire chassis and all the nooks and crannies with buff paint. I also added some dust to the upper parts of the hull. And I completed the staining I mentioned with light matte oil paint. The right amount of thinner distributes the paint properly over the surface. Okay, you saw painting the wheels in the previous episode, so let's quickly get the chassis dirty with heavy matte, which I didn't show then. And of course, if you want, you can find the link in the description of this video. Finally, some fumes near the exhaust. Black paint applied by airbrush is the best solution. And I'm gluing the mine plow to the model. Just 3 drops of glue and piece of foam for stabilization, and I don't touch it for 2 hours. I always leave adding the antennas for last because they are easiest to damage while doing other work. It's happened to me several times, so I prefer not to risk it. This is the end, and I glued the US flag and the name of the vehicle cut out from the box to the base. The surface of the stand is covered with sandpaper with added screws imitating those from the vehicle's armor. From the very beginning the stand was supposed to be black so as not to distract the viewer's attention from the model and its components. It was 100% successful. Finally, we are in the end of this project, so thank you for watching, and once again I suggest to buy my book, which should be available in all good modeling stores. If not, you will find it on the AK Interactive online store. Now, traditionally, don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel and write a comment to make my work more viral. In the next episode I will be showing adding colors to the one of my favorite vehicle. Its construction is so some time ago. Yes, I'm talking about Jagdpanzer IV Lang. Stay tuned. That's all for today, see you next time, cheers!